Once upon a time, the ideal lawn was this: lush green grass, typical of the wet eastern landscape where many of the early Riverside pioneers came from and what most of us still believe to be the standard. But green lawns require high maintenance. More importantly, they require constant watering. About half of the water used by an average home goes toward outdoor water usage, water for lawns. Even in the best of times, we live in a land where water has to be coaxed into filling our needs. But now, California is going through a drought.
We thought that it really would be a good idea to just do away with the grass because it just wasn't, it didn't seem to really survive.
That's why the city is looking into new ways to preserve this precious resource by using the dryness of the area instead of fighting it.
Lawns are beautiful, but they take so much water. And something like this garden, which has such a variety of plants, draws a whole range of birds and butterflies. It's a beautiful area. It's more relaxing in many ways than a lawn, but it really saves a huge amount of water.
Studies at Riverside Public Utilities have shown that planting native or California-friendly plants and using efficient irrigation, customers can cut their outdoor water use by as much as 50% on their water bills.
There are a lot of different materials you can use in constructing a Waterwise garden. We're here today in the heart of Riverside at the Kathleen M. Gonzalez Memorial Waterwise Garden to look at some of the different things you can use in constructing a Waterwise landscape. One of the most obvious ways people can take their yards and make them water-wise is to invest in a material like artificial turf. And one of the great things about this material, besides looking great and using no water, is that the City of Riverside actually offers rebates to customers who install it. When constructing a Waterwise garden, one of the most important aspects to pay attention to is what you're going to cover your ground with. You don't want to use water-thirsty grass. Here in this Waterwise garden, you can see they've used a combination of hard-packed soil, which they've used to construct paths to make your way through the garden. They've also used mulch. Mulch is the most commonly used aspect in covering the ground in Waterwise gardens. It offers an affordable solution to consumers, and they can effectively cover the ground and help to absorb and retain water for the plants that they're planting. Another great solution you can use is ground cover. There's a wide array of ground covers that can stay green and lush in the heat of the summer. Some of them even offer very colorful flowers to make your garden look beautiful. Now, one of the most important aspects of your ground cover will be your irrigation system. Ground cover is multifaceted. Doesn't only look good, it helps you to keep your irrigation system running well. Here in the garden, you can actually see they've used their ground cover to cover up their drip lines. Drip irrigation lines are far more efficient than spray heads because they help to put water directly on the plants and keep it close to the soil, so it's not affected by wind and evaporation. And what is a garden without plants? As you can see, Waterwise plants come in all different shapes and sizes. Some of them take little water, some of them take no water. And recently, the City of Riverside has gone to great lengths to try and help its residents with Waterwise gardening. Riverside Public Utilities offers a rebate to help its residents get rid of their water-thirsty lawns and move towards a Waterwise landscape.
The city is also using recycled water or purple piping as another option for irrigating parkland and public land.
Newer cities start with purple pipe because it makes sense. It takes the water that you don't need for cooking, for drinking, for bathing, and puts that on to greenscape that's out there and makes it water-wise.
But we can save so much more if homes in Riverside look beyond the turf. That's a tough sell in some historic districts.
The drought that's affecting California and Riverside affects both our historic districts and our non-historic districts. That's why we all need to do our part to be more water-wise. If you look at this landscaping, it's done in a lovely way, a beautiful palette of plants that are water-wise. It's really good for Riverside and good for the homeowner.
We did submit our plan to the Cultural Heritage Board. They decided that this type of landscaping really was appropriate, even though it didn't look like grass, that it really would be more appropriate to have these kinds of plants because they would not require as much water.
There's been a trend toward Waterwise gardens in easily this last year, because there is so much focus on saving water. 2,400 square foot of turf will take over 106,000 gallons of water a year. If one puts in a very water-wise garden, they can save 2/3 of that, bring it down to 35,000 gallons a year from 106. That's quite dramatic. And it's much prettier, it's much more interesting, and it just makes sense.
Residents and city services are uniting to give Riverside a new look, beautiful and easy to maintain. And best of all, it can service water at a time when we need it most.
To learn more about Waterwise gardening, visit www.greenriverside.com.